What's up? Okay, I am here because I was already talking to myself, and I was like, why don't I just film it? Anyways, I'm eating dinner. It's 7:48. I wondered why I had been so hungry all day, and I was like, why am I so hungry? And it's like, probably because you didn't eat breakfast until like 11:30, and then you didn't eat anything until 4. I was like, idiot. Probably that's why. Anyways, but I'm eating like a breakfast casserole that I made a couple of weeks ago. I just like, me and my mom made it, and then we just cut it into squares and then froze it, and it is so good. And I've been struggling to eat it because it's like, I've just been eating like I literally have been eating the exact same things every single day because that's just what I meal prepped. But I bought salsa and I put it on here, and I was like, oh my gosh, salsa, I'm telling you, salsa makes everything better. It really does. And then I got a piece of toast, and putting this on the toast, I was like, oh my goodness, my life is just so good. Anyways, but I have used so many dishes today. I have to clean so many dishes. Anyways, delicious. Also a piece of toast. My second piece of toast. Cause this is the Cheesecake Factory bread, brown bread. So good. Also, the reason I don't look disgusting is because I'm slightly tanner. Because I went to the lake today, and it was great. We saw, okay, well, me and our friend went to the lake, and it was great. Well, there were a lot of people there, so it was really nerve-wracking. We were like, why are there so many people here? And not only were there a lot of young people there, the spot we went to, there were so many young people, like our age, and we were like, no. But we stayed anyways, and we just went further down the lake part than they were. But y'all, there was like 30 or 40 of them in the water. I'm telling you, like, that, I'm not even exaggerating. There were so many of them in the water, and people kept coming. And I was like, where are all these people? Like, how do these people have this many friends? I'm like, I've never had this many friends in my entire life. I was like, okay, whatever. But apparently they had these things called Borgs, which I didn't know what that was, but my friend explained it to me, which is like, you get like a gallon jug of water, and you pour like half of it or like 3/4 of it out, but leave like the quarter, or like the half to the quarter of water in there, and then you pour like hard liquor in there, and then you mix it up and you drink it. And I was like, that doesn't sound very appetizing. But sorry, LaCroix is in the way. But they were drinking some of those, and I was like, dang, like a lot of people have those. They were being pretty rowdy. And you imagine when a couple of them being rowdy, imagine like a couple people being rowdy is pretty bad. But when you have like that times like 30, you got a bunch of people being rowdy, it was like, y'all being loud and annoying. And they looked like really young, like college students. And so we were like, there's no way that all those people are 21. But apparently someone else thought the same thing, because someone called the cops on them. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm enjoying this. So, and so, we're sitting there, we're laying out, relaxing and chatting, and then I'm looking up, and I notice that is a cop. There are 2 cops walking down the hill to this spot, and I was like, no way, someone actually called the cops. Now there were these 2 girls who were standing like kind of a ways away from us who were just standing there talking to each other, like, almost like in like corner. We were outside, so it wasn't a corner, but like a small area in the back. But they were talking to each other, and one of them was on the phone, and we were like, are they calling the cops? And we were like, well, guess we were right. Anyways, so two cops come and are talking to the people, and then two more cops come. No, another cop comes, and then that cop that just came puts one guy in handcuffs, and I was like, oh no. I knew they were shutting it down. I didn't know they were arresting people, and I was like, oh no. Anyways, so then another cop comes. No, not a cop. It was either a cop or I think it was a park ranger, because we were in a national park. The lake is like on a national park. So a park ranger comes, and he's talking to them, and then, wait, what are we at? We're at 4. 2 more cops come. One of them is a sheriff, or some of them are sheriffs. I don't know how many were sheriffs, but I know at least one of them was a sheriff, and I was like, y'all are in trouble. Sheriffs are scary. So then he's walking over there, talking to everyone. 1 more cop comes. Y'all, we are having 7 cops out here. Or 6 and like 1 park ranger or something. I was like, all right. But, and then you see people dipping. People are just leaving. And I was like, okay. But then there were so many people still in the water. And there's a guy in the corner, like, handcuffed, sitting on a bench. And I was like, this is reality TV show. I was like, wow. I did not expect to get this at the lake today. And then you see all of these people, not all these people, like 5 or 6 people, like collecting these jugs, like pouring the liquid out and collecting these jugs. Oh my gosh, there were so many gallon jugs. It was like, I was like, oh my gosh, y'all have just killed like 7,000 turtles. Like, it was so many gallon jugs. I was astounded. I was like, golly, how are y'all's brains intact from drinking all this alcohol? Anyways, it was crazy. We literally just stood there. We just like laid out and we're just watching this the entire time. I mean, it was like free TV. I felt really bad. Like, I was like really sad that the whole situation was happening, but it was entertaining. It was very entertaining. So eventually, the cops started leaving, and they uncuffed that guy. I think they just did it to scare people, but anyways, so they did that, and the cops were starting to leave, and a lot of them started to leave. And then once the cops were like, everyone got out of the water. So I guess that was like one of the terms of like, hey, we'll go and we won't arrest y'all, but you gotta get out of the water. But anyways, crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, I got really burnt. And it was great. And now I'm alone, trying to force myself to do homework because I have so much homework to do. My 3 liquids of choice: a blackberry cucumber liqueur that I started this morning and didn't finish, and so it's basically just flavored water at this point. There's no carbonation left. I have an Alani that I also bought this morning that I took maybe 3 sips of and then was like, okay, I'm energized. I don't know why I keep buying. I need to buy the mini ones because I've never finished one of the big ones. Anyways, it's Hawaiian shaved ice. Pretty good flavor, redonkulously sweet. I bet it's not even carbonated anymore either. Okay, it's a little carbonated. Anyways, that's if I get tired because I gotta crank it out. And water. Alexa, stop it. Oh my gosh, there's 2. Stop! Oh my gosh, I'm getting haunted right now. Stop! I don't care. I don't care. Shut up. Thank you. That was so creepy. Anyways, that was creepy. I'm gonna end this, so peace.